Hello and welcome back to Josh Jecklin Detailing. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a premium interior detail on this truck, and that also includes a basic exterior hand wash. So with this truck here, I'm going to be doing everything basically to the interior of this vehicle. A full thorough cleaning, except the headliner. I don't usually touch the headliner unless I need to, or the customer asks for it specifically. That's an upcharge, but I'm going to be cleaning out this vehicle thoroughly. I'm going to be shampooing the seats, and I'm going to be shampooing the carpet floors, and it's going to be great. On the driver's side, I'll use my steam extractor, and on the passenger side, I will use the Mytee heated extractor with the GT head, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So on the driver's side, I will use this unit here. This is my steam extractor. It's a steam cleaner and an extractor in one, and it's pretty sweet. You can turn the vacuum on and off with this button here, and you can shoot boiling hot detergent with this button, and steam, of course. And then right here, I've got the Mytee 8070 heated extractor. I don't know if this is the 8070, but it's a decent model. It's basically the smallest model you want to go for a professional setup. This is a little bit too small for me actually, and I got this. This is the Mytee GT extractor head. It's a special drying head that leaves your carpets and fabrics slightly drier after shampooing and extracting, so that when you give the vehicle back to the customer, the seats and the carpets are drier, and you don't have to worry about if the fabric's being quite so wet. They dry out a lot faster with this head. Pretty seamless. You don't have a bunch of cables hanging everywhere, and this thing rotates non-stop. But this thing absolutely shreds the detergent or water tank. This head here uses 10 times as much water as a normal head. All right, I'm just gonna get into it. So I'm gonna start by doing the door jambs, and then I'm gonna do the floor mats. All right, let's get it. I'm gonna try and remove these floor mats here without dumping any of the dirt back in the vehicle. This thing's pretty dirty, but it's not too bad. The owner was concerned about pet hair. There isn't a lot of pet hair in here, which is pretty awesome. I feel like this is going to be a pretty easy detail. And I'm spraying this stuff here just to let it dwell, so that when I pressure wash it, it cleans up easier. I don't usually use a bottle like this. I use my pump sprayer, but my pump sprayer needs to be mixed. These low wheel things here are a lifesaver for sure. All right, as usual, I'm kind of all over the place. I'll get it figured out. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot out today, so you got to be careful when you spray degreasers like this on these types of areas. Because you don't want these degreasers to dry and mess the plastics up, or the paint up on the vehicle in any way. So I'm just going to be pre-spraying 2 doors at a time, and I'm in the shade right now, so it's no big deal. All right, let's give her. I'm kind of puttering on this job already, just because I know I got a lot of time for this one. I'm not in really a rush today.
So I'm cleaning the door jambs here. I'm switching my technique a little bit. Usually I use a mixture of degreasers and all-purpose cleaners to pre-soak the door jambs, but today I'm just using Super Clean on its own. I just want to see how well this product works on its own, and I have it diluted here 4:1, which is the strongest I would recommend using the Super Clean on painted surfaces. If you mix it any stronger, it is going to tarnish painted surfaces, and you have to be really careful about that. You don't want to wreck anything. So I would say use it at 4:1 or 5:1 if you want to use this product. I'm just testing it out here to see what I like, and I don't think I'll be using this product long run on its own for door jambs. I just have really dirty door jambs here today, and I want to see how well this product works on these super greasy door jambs. And it works pretty good, but I wasn't overall extremely happy. It did a good job.
Nice. And this side of the truck's in the shade too now because the sun is starting to go behind my house. It's not too hot. It's hot out today, but since I don't have the sun on me, it's not going to be crazy hot. I don't use this Super Clean a whole lot, but you gotta be careful. You can't breathe this Super Clean in. I should be wearing a respirator right now. It's hard on my lungs. I was talking about doing these door jambs a little bit different in my last video. These door jambs are just too dirty to do it like I was saying because they're so greasy. But that's okay. I'm not really all off track like I was on that last video, so these door jambs are going by just fine for me.
When I'm doing door jambs like this, I use 2 brushes. But this brush that I'm using, it's from Chemical Guys. It's a really high-end brush. I like it, and I highly recommend trying it out. And the other brush I have is nothing special. It's just some random paintbrush I found around the house, but it happened to be the right shape for cleaning door jambs.
I don't really want to spray too much of this Super Clean. It's so intense on your lungs. Every time I go to spray it, I cringe, but it does work and it's cheap, so that's definitely why I'm using it.
Okay, so my basic technique here is to spray the degreaser, let it dwell, agitate with 1 or 2 brushes, and come back and power wash off all the dirt with my pressure washer. I'm using the white tip. It's a wide angle tip. I think it's 45.
Hope I don't get choked out by this Super Clean here. Woo. Great product, but it's really hard on your lungs. These floor mats look pretty clean. These don't even look like I need to double clean them. Basically just use these floor mats here to clean my hand brush off.
These floor mats were super clean. They weren't crazy dirty or anything like that. I ended up cleaning them twice, and I kept wondering to myself if this was even worth it, or I was just wasting my time cleaning these floor mats twice. But you're always a lot safer cleaning them twice than just cleaning them once, because I've definitely been in the situation where I've had clean floor mats and only cleaned them once, and when they were dry they still looked dirty. They needed that second touch to them to remove some surface dirt. This 0 degree rotary or the 15 degree, it won't remove surface dirt or film.
Didn't even use the brush. I lost the tool already. Oh, I found it. It's in my pocket.
And the bonus part about cleaning the floor mats with your hand brush is that the hand brush also gets cleaned, so you won't have any grease or dirt from the door jambs on your hand brush after you're done cleaning the floor mats, and it kind of resets it for the next detail. So now that all the agitation is done with the floor mats and the hand brush, I'll quickly rinse all the floor mats down with my pressure washer. I'm going to be using the white tip here. It's the widest one. It's the 45-degree angle, I think.
Oh no, what a mess up.
But as you can see, it's really wide and super gentle, and it just washes soap off of surfaces really fast because it's so wide and gentle.
Alright, that went pretty good with the floor mats, but at the same time I felt like I was wasting my time there cleaning them twice. They got pretty clean on the first pass, but I didn't put that agitation on them, which is really important when you're cleaning anything. Blasting stuff with water doesn't really give it that final great shine. You always got to put on some agitation to get something really clean. Not sure if I want to use the Tornador on this thing. Like I mentioned in my last video, I use the Tornador too much. Kind of like everybody else does in their videos. They use the Tornador too much, and it gets to a point where you're just blowing stuff around. I'll do it a little bit, but not a whole lot. This vehicle, it has a little bit of a bad smell in it, like most vehicles do. But there's some kind of the owner of this vehicle, they've definitely been using some type of cover up. I can smell not perfume, but I can't smell their perfume in there, but I can smell like you know, car smell. Air freshener, that's what it was. Couldn't think of the name. I can smell their air freshener.
So when I was talking about using the Tornador less, I meant that I have a Tornador Velocity, which it does the same thing as the Tornador, except it vacuums while it blows things around. So it doesn't really blow things around, it just agitates them and then lifts them into the vacuum. So the detail before this, I noticed I was using the Tornador a lot, and I blew out every crack and spent all this time blowing out this and that, and re-blowing this, blowing dust on top of that, blowing that dust off, blowing it onto a different area and blowing dust off of that.
Alright, these pedals down here, they can be wild. You know, you can clean them once or twice with a steam cleaner and they still look bad. So I like to just get a powerful degreaser on the pedals right away. You can't really hurt pedals unless it's some very fancy car, but in an average car, pedals are going to be beaten up, they're getting stepped on, so there's really almost no chance of wrecking pedals by allowing a degreaser to dwell on them for a long time.
That's the cycle that kind of happens when you use the Tornador. After I was done all that, I noticed that I had been using the Tornador for way too long. I lost a lot of time on that detail because I spent so much time blowing stuff back and forth.
Use the drill brush to help with the dog hair. I'm pretty lucky in this vehicle here. It is light colored fabric, light colored dog hair, and the dog hair is medium length, so I'm not really seeing any trouble cleaning it up. But this owner did mention that they wanted the dog hair out, so I won't go too quick, and they are paying me my full asking price for a premium detail. They didn't, give me a dirty vehicle and then get the cheapest package. They're getting my medium range package, which includes shampooing. I have a higher level package. Not very many people go for it. It's a restorative. It involves pulling the seats out. That's a really special sale, ask, and customer. First of all, the vehicle usually has to be pretty dirty, and they've got to want to spend that money for some reason to justify that higher level of price. Holy, would you look at that? I've never seen that before. Thing's all plugged up with hair in there. Now, I understand you guys probably can't see because of the camera, but there is lots of light colored dog hair all over this seat. Yeah. But it is coming up nicely because it's not too bad.
And if you're wondering a little bit about this Tornador Velocity tool, it's a Tornador Max. You have to buy the Tornador Max, and then you buy a Velocity attachment, and you put that on top of the Tornador Max. I think you can use a different model of Tornador. I don't really know because I don't own it, so I can't really say for sure, but there's a slightly cheaper version of the Tornador Max that will also work with the Velocity. But I went with the Tornador Max anyway because it's the nicest model. It shoots chemicals or water if you wanted to, so you can shampoo with it a little bit. And it also has an add-on for the airline. And what I mean by that is that it has this little fitting on there that swivels, and it makes it so that your airline can bend at, various degrees, maybe 45 degrees at the most. But it just makes it feel that much better in your hand and a little bit less awkward when you're pushing this tool into tight areas. So I figured it was worth it, and that's why I got the Max all the way. And if you're going to be using a tool like this, you're going to be using it for a very long time. So you're going to be needing a big air compressor, a lot bigger air compressor than if you were just to use a base model Tornador, because this Velocity will absolutely shred air out of your air compressor. It will absolutely shred the air out of your air compressor. I have a big air compressor, but the size really doesn't matter. What matters is how fast it can pump up the tank.
This door keeps closing on me and I'm fighting the door. That's about it. Look, I hope you can see it here, but there is lots of dog hair here. This must be where the dog sits.
So this vehicle here, it did have a lot of dog hair in it. It had a lot of light colored dog hair, which was hard to see on camera. But I promise you there was tons of dog hair in this carpet, a lot more than it looks like, because you never know until you start working on the vehicle.
Now that got rid of most of the dog hair there, but there still is quite a bit.
When I first got the Velocity, I thought it was going to be the end all be all. I wouldn't need to use anything else. This was going to be the final tool for me and just save me so much time. And it's definitely not like that. I'll let you know straight up right now. This tool is amazing and you're gonna love it, but you don't want to forget about the drill brush. And I have been forgetting about the drill brush for so long and sort of fighting dog hair. So when it comes to really difficult dog hair, just remember all the options you have and throw all of those options at the dog hair to get through it as fast as possible. Dog hair is so difficult, and sometimes you can spend easily an extra hour, an extra 2 hours, even an extra 3 hours cleaning dog hair. And that doesn't make sense when you're charging so much money for a detail. You can upcharge for dog hair, and I highly recommend that you do it.
I don't want to put any dog hair back on the seat. Alright, give you guys a good look at what's going on in here. Yeah, pretty dog hairy. Up in here, there's a lot of dog hair. A lot of dirt, a lot of grime. Alright, let's check out how this Tornador Max does here. As always, I like to start up high because when you pull the trigger on this thing and it fires the air, it rumbles and it shakes everything to the bottom a little bit. Woo! Dog treat got stuck in there. Alright, that looks a lot better. You probably can't see it on camera, but there is still a lot of dog hair in there. I am going to get in between the seat here quickly, and then I'll use the drill brush and clean this up. Alright, probably couldn't see that very well, because I couldn't even see that very well.
You know, there's a breaking point in where you can only charge so much, so you need to get the best tools and the best techniques to handle it properly and quickly so that you don't have to upcharge too much. And you're not going to be stuck there 2 to 3 hours cleaning dog hair. But all vehicles are different. Sometimes it really does take that long, it's that bad, and the customer wants the absolute highest results. Yes, you can spend 2 hours cleaning dog hair alone with a drill brush and the Tornador Velocity. And even if it takes that long, maybe sometimes you can't even get rid of all of it because it's so bad.
Some dog biscuits back here. See that it's super dirty in here, full of dog hair and grime and stuff. Let's see how quickly this Tornador Velocity sucks this up. Look at that. That's not perfect or anything, but it's a lot better. All right, I think that's good enough. Finally running out of air with this Tornador Velocity. All right, I'm gonna take a break, a quick break, and I will be right back. All right, so I'm back now. I'm gonna do the carpet shampooing. Making pretty good time on this truck so far here. I switched up my technique. I didn't do so much with the Tornador, the base model Tornador. I just did extremely quick base model Tornador, and then I went straight to vacuuming and I used the Velocity a lot more than the normal Tornador, and that worked out great. So this is my carpet shampooing mix right here. I have plain water and I'll mix it up right now so you guys can see what I do. I have 12 liters here, or 3 gallons. 3 gallons or 12 liters. And I only have 2 products here. These are the same, but this is empty. And I'm gonna be putting carpet bomber in here and 3D orange degreaser. I like mixing, making up a swamp mix just to give it a little extra kick. Now, I'm not a chemist, and some people might say, oh, you can't do that, it's no good. But this works great for me. So I'm gonna mix it up. I've never had any issues with this particular mix. And I basically just put however much I want in here, really. Kind of eyeball it, not however much I want. I'm gonna do 1.5 liters of carpet bomber. My sprayer might get a little over full here. Now this mix is fairly mild. It's not super strong, but it works great. And then I'm gonna do 500 milliliters of carpet 3D orange degreaser. And that's it. That's all I put in for my carpet mix. Carpet and fabric cleaning mix. Whoa, the sprayer's full. It might overflow on me here. And then give it a quick mix. All right, good enough. I'm gonna spray all areas of this truck. And as always, just protect the instrument cluster there. I might do all the seat belts. I'm definitely gonna do the driver's side seat belt for sure. just had a customer call me and they were pretty rude. It wasn't a customer. I think someone just dialed me by accident. But they definitely called me and then hung up, and I called them back and I said, hey, Josh Jecklin Detailing, you just called here? And they were pretty rude about it too. They were like, no, I didn't call here. It's weird. All right, that's it. I'm not gonna do this one because it probably never gets used. I will clean here. Look at this. I wonder if I'll get that. You gotta get these little areas here.
So being able to detail faster is really important to me because I'm detailing as a business for money, and
I'm gonna turn my steam cleaner off.
being able to turn over a car as fast as possible is really important. So little techniques like this, like having a large pump sprayer and pre-spraying the entire vehicle and letting my carpet cleaning chemicals dwell before it, goes a long way into helping me detail faster.
Filling your sprayer up to the max like this is kind of nice because you don't have to pump it much in the beginning.
And what I mean by that is when I spray the carpet cleaning chemicals, I let them dwell. And what I mean by let them dwell is I let them sit there and work their magic, so I don't have to do as much work.
How was that stain there? Really visible stain.
So basically I spray the products on, let them sit. The products then break down the grease and grime, so I don't have to come back and agitate with a drill brush. And it works out great for me like that. Now, some heavily stained areas I will
I don't know how crazy I want to get about this. Oh yeah, here.
agitate with the drill brush just to get better results if possible. Sometimes some stains are permanent, so I've learned to not agitate them so much and just leave them as is instead of fighting permanent stains for a long time, wasting time.
The less chemical you use, the better here, kind of. You don't want to use too much. Using lots helps out on really dirty vehicles and dirty areas, but it means you have to keep coming back with the extractor to get all the chem out, and it takes a while to get chemicals out. This wand here is too long. I'm having a hard time spraying it. Oh, I got too much chemical on the window there. I don't like doing that just because of tinted windows and stuff like that, but I don't think it really applies to degreaser. That's more of an ammonia thing. But you know, better safe than sorry, right? I just gotta finish doing this and then come back and wipe the truck down a little bit. Woo! She's gotta wear a mask when you do this. Oh, I forgot to, there's some dog hair on there. I forgot to vacuum that area, I think.
So on this vehicle here, it's a 2006 Toyota Tacoma, so that's 18 years old, and it has light colored seats. So there's a pretty high chance I'm not going to be able to get all the stains and dirt out of these seats when I extract them. But on this vehicle, I actually did have really great results. I pretty much got everything out.
Just trying to check out these seat belts here. See how dirty the passenger one is. The passenger seat belts don't seem like they're used very much in this vehicle, but the driver's seat belt was pretty dirty, felt pretty greasy, grimy looking. And I can go a bit heavier with the chem on this side since I'm going to be using the Mytee extractor. It's going to use a lot more water. If you're steam cleaning, you don't want to go too heavy on chem. This thing here, that thing was super dirty. I basically just cleaned it. Look at, clean the whole plastics right now. That's all you need to do. I go overkill. Quick wipe down goes a long ways. Look at that, yuck. Okay, oh. I'll explain my extractor here a little bit. It's the Dupre Carmen Super Enox. That's the name of this thing. It's a 240 volt extractor. So you need to have 240 volt power to plug this thing in. And this thing is very expensive. It's in the $4,500 to $6,000 range with all the attachments. It comes with quite a few attachments, but you have to buy the extractor head separately. And this extractor head here is like $300. alone. And the detergent that goes in this thing is pretty expensive as well, but it's basically the best degreaser I've ever used. It's extremely powerful. It's more powerful than Super Clean and 3D Orange. And it also feels like it's extremely mild on plastics. Like, you're not going to destroy plastics if you use Dupre's detergent. And this is the water tank here. I'm not sure how much water you can put in there. Probably 1 or 2 gallons. And it's continuous fill. You can fill it anytime you want. There's no pressure in there. And when you run out of water, it tells you right here. This will beep and flash red. It'll say it's out of water. And this is the detergent tank here. Same capacity as the water. And you just put your detergent in here and it heats it up to boiling temperature or steam. It shoots it out quite heavy. Oh, I hope you guys seen all that. So yeah, here's your steam power button, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be using it on max. This is your vacuum, on and off. And then this is to shoot detergent, this button here. As you can see, it shoots detergent pretty good. Quite heavy spray. And here's the seatbelt brush that I use. I use this for brushing seatbelts. And whenever I drill interiors, I use the white bristle brush. It's the softest. Use this, you're not gonna hurt seats or carpets. You still can, but I guess it's a lot less likely. Just give these seat belts here a quick... Holy! Well, at least it didn't break. All I did is waste some chem. That was dumb. Oh, hope I didn't wreck my steam cleaner head. No, she good to go. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, yeah, brush this thing. This brushing here, it doesn't feel like it works all that well, but there's no really other way to brush seat belts effectively, so this is the way. There's no stains in here, so I'm not going to agitate too crazy. There are some stains in the back that I will agitate. So that's it for that. Now I'll just steam this clean. As you can see, yeah, it's coming up pretty brown. And just a little bit of info on what's going on here. Basically, the carpet cleaner, the 3D Orange, those are high alkaline cleaners. So after you put high pH cleaners onto the surface, you want to come back and neutralize it with an acid. And here I have hypochlorous acid, which is basically another form of bleach. It's slightly acidic bleach. Very high quality bleach, hypochlorous acid. It's food safe, FDA approved medical grade non-carcinogenic bleach. This is much different than Clorox bleach. It's slightly acidic and it's 80 to 200 times more effective at disinfecting than Clorox bleach. I make this myself, and then I'm just gonna spray this in here to help neutralize the acid that I just sprayed. I mean, the high alkaline cleaners that I just sprayed in here. And then you come back with your microfiber and you just rub it in there, rub in the acid, pull out any of the high alkaline cleaners, and then you also pull out any dirt that's in that top layer. And you might not be able to see this on camera, but I can see this in person. Where my handprints were, it's discolored and brown. And it just gives it that final touch, quality touch, and sanitizing effect. And you don't need to go too crazy with this step, just give it a quick wipe. And they're quite brown compared to the how clean it was. I can't really get a good angle here on this headrest. This is sucking anything off. It is a little bit. Pretty hard to clean seat belts. That didn't really do much at all. Holy, look at that. You got to be able to see that. This seatbelt was incredibly dirty. I'm not going for perfection here. I'm just going for a whole lot cleaner, which that is. This cloth is dirty. Need a new one. Okay, now for down here.
I'll just come out and say it. When I was extracting this driver's side floor carpet here, I kind of messed up. I could have did a little better job. Basically, I didn't switch the attachments on my steam cleaner. I used the extractor head the entire time on this. And I should have switched to the jet with a brush so I could cut in the corners a little bit better, because the corners on this driver's side floor look really greasy and dingy. And this extractor head wasn't hitting them as well as it could have. I could have done, but I ended up doing that in the back. It just totally slipped my mind. I wasn't thinking for whatever reason. I was just cruising and going about my thing and messed that up. But yeah, and it also caught me off guard because these carpets didn't clean up as good as I was expecting them to. The floor carpets on this Toyota Tacoma are sort of like an impossible carpet, and they don't clean very well. They don't have the density. They're very thin, almost like paper, so they just don't clean very well. But I did mess that up, and I just wanted to clarify that. I could have done a lot better job. I just wasn't thinking about it. So yeah, that's just something I need to think about moving forward in my details when I see this carpet. I'm gonna have to do more work than normal. The normal routine that I have isn't gonna cut it. So that's basically what I did. I just went about my normal routine instead of going a little bit extra because of the lower quality carpets in this floor.
All right. Not doing the greatest job down here. This is kind of dirty. It's a little bit more water. We'll see how the microfiber helps this spot out here. It's probably pretty dark here for you guys. I apologize. Natural lighting. All right, that's it for that. It could be better in the corners here. I'm not gonna brush the rest of the seat belts. I will use the 3D orange. And the steam extractor, it's really good for really crazy stains. The steam extractor will pull stains out better than the hot water extractor. The back of the seat here wasn't too dirty. My cloth is still pretty clean. I do need to clean this bottom spot here still. I'll do that after. Clean this area here.
As I was using my steam extractor in the back here, I got really good results just from letting the chemicals dwell and then no agitation, and then using the steam extractor. This area that I'm doing right now had 3 large brown greasy looking stains, and they came up extremely well. You couldn't see them at all, and I didn't really do anything special in particular. All I did was spray my carpet cleaning mix, let it dwell for a long period of time. No agitation with the drill brush, and then just steamed it normally. I didn't do anything extra, and all those stains came out flawless. And the owner, that was one of the first things the owner looked at when they picked the vehicle up. They checked those 3 stains in the back and they looked perfect. Super happy. They said their trucks never looked this clean ever. So I like when the owners say that and that they're happy. They usually always are, because I go pretty heavy do a pretty good job at detailing.
Sanitize and neutralize. A little bit dirty, not much. I can barely see it in person. Let's see if any dirt comes out of here. Oh, hardly any. Hardly any dirt was in the seatbelt here.
So here I am just touching up the seatbelt a little bit and cutting in the fine areas of the fabric seats, just, you know, the sides of the seats, the top of the seats. But it's really important that you get these areas because it just makes the details so much more complete, and they could be full of dirt. And just don't ever forget to do them. Knock them out as fast as possible just so you can give your clients the absolute best results. You keep giving your clients the best results and they're going to keep coming back or finding you more customers. I get a lot of referrals because I just do really quality work, and I try not to overcharge. I charge a fair price, but I don't overcharge.
I'm almost out of hypochlorous acid in the bottle. I make it, so I can't ever run out of this. I guess I should switch attachments. I'm struggling here because I'm fighting my steam cleaner using the wrong attachment. Not really thinking about what I'm doing.
Alright, here I am using that pointed brush on my steam cleaner. Like I was saying, this is also an extracting head. So you can shoot steam, you can brush, and you can extract at the same time. And that's what I did. I used that to cut in all the dingy corners and it worked great.
I'm forgetting I got a lot more attachments in that extractor head. I got this one here too. I like this one. It's another vacuuming brush tool. Alright, I think that's it for the steam cleaner. Oh, I gotta do this area down here. Forgot that area. Okay, that's it. No more steam cleaning. Hot water extractor next. Neutralize and sanitize. I can go heavy on with this stuff too because I make it. I don't have to buy it. I have a machine that makes this hypochlorous acid, and the machine was about $250 US at the time when I bought it. And the ingredients to make hypochlorous acid are extremely cheap, pennies. I kind of like the steam cleaner for down here. It's good. I don't have to come back and clean this later. It's already pre-cleaned for the most part. That did a really good job on the cracks there. I was using the wrong tool. User error. Okay, this is pretty much done. All I need to do is come back and put the fans on here. I feel like I was very ahead on time. I was very ahead. Now I feel like I've fallen behind. All right, so I did half of this truck here with the steam cleaner, and it's about half, just above half. And it was full, so I did half the truck with half this tank, and I was using a lot of steam. I wasn't, being cheap on the steam or anything. Okay, now I'm going to use this thing here, the Mytee Extractor 8070. This is my hypochlorous acid making machine. It makes hypochlorous acid with electrolysis. I shouldn't have put that much in there. That was quite a bit. That was 1.5 liters. It was way more than you need to, but like I said, I make it for myself for a couple pennies, so it's not like it matters. And the more you use, the better. You're not going to hurt anything in the vehicle, the fabrics, or the machine with that product. If anything, that product is really good to use in the tank because it's a sanitizing product and it's a descaling product. It will descale the minerals in the tank, in the pump, and in the heater, and in the line inside of this machine. And it'll also keep this dirty tank here from going putrid because of the sanitizing properties. And it does work. This doesn't get stinky. And as always, this is the clean water tank. I put hot water in there to increase the temperature of the water that comes out of my wand. This has an inline water heater, but if you put cold water in this tank, the inline water heater is not powerful enough to turn cold water into piping hot water continuously non-stop. If you put hot water in here to begin with, it will be pretty much piping hot non-stop, or at least slightly above the temperature of this water that you put in this tank. All right, I got my water heater on, and I got quite a bit of hose on this thing, so I don't really need to pull my machine around too close. I can do the whole vehicle with all this line here from one spot. I guess I'll do the back. Okay, I'll just give her. I shouldn't need to spray hypochlorous acid because this has it in the tank. All I need to do is just go. And this Mytee extractor is going to remove a lot more chem than the steam extractor will, because the steam doesn't put much clean water in, it just puts steam. This is putting tons of clean water through the surface of the fabrics here. And this unit here works a lot better for the seat belts than the steam extractor does, or it feels like it does anyway. I can get some footage here of actually picking up some suds in here, and this is already dry from steaming it. It's only been a couple minutes. You can see this extractor, it's getting it wet there. And the seats do feel warm after I passed over it with this extractor. Oh, this looks like a pain, this area here. All right, let's just get it done. I hope you can see that, but it is getting it wet. And it does vacuum it up too. When you're using this tool, you're not really sure if it's actually vacuuming it up, but it does, for sure. I've seen it make really dirty areas look super clean. The hypochlorous acid's already in here, so it has removed a lot of the chem, and it is sanitizing and neutralizing. The Mytee extractor has removed a lot of the chem, and the hypochlorous acid that I added is neutralizing and sanitizing. And if you're wondering, the hypochlorous acid, it has a very, very nice chlorine smell. It doesn't smell like pool smell, and it doesn't quite smell like Clorox bleach. Pool smell and Clorox bleach are really aggressive. The hypochlorous acid smells nice. It's definitely a very fancy, high-end type of bleach. Oh, I forgot to clean these areas. A little bit of dirt on the seat belts there. This is the on-off for the flow rate for the water. Right now it's off, but I can turn it on there and you can see it start to go. That's it for that. That area is kind of hard to, some weird angles in this area here. Now this should be pretty quick. I feel like this thing's got the right angles for this area. Yeah, it does a good job. I just seen this thing pull a stain out of this area that I'm working in right now. It doesn't have the heat that the steam does though, but it has a lot more water. Let's see how it handles this. Kind of weird carpets here. These carpets don't clean very well. They're sort of an impossible carpet type of feeling. Alright, I'm getting a lot better at this thing with this extractor head. I was saying I didn't like it at first because I wasn't really used to how to hold this thing. But you just gotta get better at holding it. Alright, that's it. Now just mopped up the excess and wipe that top layer of grime out of here. It's got the hypochlorous acid in it, neutralizing. Lots of hypochlorous acid. Should have did the seat first. It was pretty dry. It looked like it was wet, but this carpet doesn't hold liquids very well. Impossible carpet. It does feel wetter than the steam side though. It's putting a lot more liquid into the fabric. But I like it because more liquid cleans better for me than steam does for very dirty vehicles. Stubborn stains, steam is where it's at. But as far as muddy or greasy, you need more hot water to remove it. And also, you might be noticing I barely even use the drill brush. That's because I sprayed my fabrics a while ago and I'm letting them dwell. Let the chemicals do the work. And there aren't a lot of crazy stains in these fabrics here. So I don't have to be too concerned about using a drill brush. Just letting the chemical do the work. Oh no, my camera was out of adjustment. Oh, this area, oh, there was lots of stains in here from the dog. This Mytee extractor just sucked them right up because I let the chemical dwell for a long time. This thing doesn't feel like it's going to do a very good job on this type of carpet because there's no meat in this carpet. It feels like it's paper thin. There's nothing to suck up. And since it's also so paper thin, the extractor feels like it's not making very good contact. The steam extractor felt the same way too. It's not just this Mytee. It feels like it's doing a lousy job right now, but it's not the extractor. It's just this carpet. I sort of wish I still had my the drill brush for this spot right here, but I think it's getting it. Not very good, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go crazy on this vehicle here. It's actually taking me quite a while, this vehicle now. Okay, I think that's it. And just give it a quick wipe down, mop up any excess liquids to assist the drying process, and pull out any leftover dirt, grease, and stains that may be in these seats. There's still some dog hair in this seat. This microfiber is kind of pulling it out. Switch cloths. This one feels like it's getting wet. I don't think I did the seatbelt yet. Do the seatbelt now. My flow rate's a little bit too high. I'm worried about running out of water right now. This seatbelt's pretty dirty. Alright, good enough. It's all done. Yes, I'm listening to music. This thing does make water. You can actually feel the wand getting hot. This thing makes hot water, sorry. You can feel the wand getting... Alright, how much water's left in here? Oh yeah, not bad. I used about 3/4 of a tank there to do half a vehicle. Alright, now to do the plastics. I kind of want to get this over and done with, like ASAP. Ooh, that's dirty, look at that. Driver's side. I tied a knot here. A big knot. It's like it went through 10 times. I've never had this happen before. Alright, so this is how I have my Tornador Max set up. Normally that exact bottle there is attached to this Tornador Max. I just unscrewed it and then put a longer little cord here so I don't have to hold the bottle. And it makes this lighter and more nimble. And it works perfect, just fine. It's most important for the floors to get dried out over the seats because you're going to be putting floor mats down and that will stop it from drying out. The seat belt is dry. Then the driver's seat needs to be dried out and then the other seats can slightly dry out. Driver's seat's bone dry already. How well did it clean it? Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's a little dirty here and a little dirty there, but that's fine. Good enough for me. Okay, time to clean this stuff. A big brush, a small brush. Wish I had a smaller one. I do somewhere. You can't see it, it's in here. And a Scrub Ninja. And P&S Express. It's been a while since I've used P&S Express, but I'm out of Adam's Interior Cleaner finally, so now I can get back to using P&S Express. Woohoo! That's weird. Push the e-brake. This thing, I pulled it out of park with the vehicle off and without pushing the brake. I've never done that before in an automatic. This thing's wild. Okay. You guys seen that? You guys seen that? This vehicle is not on. There's no key in the ignition. This product smells wonderful. This Toyota Tacoma here is actually pretty nice because this is a 2006, but it has a touchscreen here. Try not to get the touchscreen too wet. This P&S is extremely mild, cleaner, so I trust it on plastics. And what I mean by trust it on plastics is, I don't mind letting it dwell for a while. Oh, okay, now start with the dash. I'll try and cut in. Scrub Ninja time. Scrub Ninjas are the best. I was really skeptical about the Scrub Ninja when I first got one, and then slightly after I first got a Scrub Ninja, I don't know, I guess I was expecting a little bit too much out of it because I was not impressed with the results of the Scrub Ninja, but after getting to use it, this thing is amazing. It definitely helps you on tough situations like makeup. There's just plain water in here. I used to have chem in here, but I changed my mind to plain water because all I want to do now that I've used P&S Express, I just want to rinse everything down and blow the cracks.
So here I am using the Tornador Max. It's just a normal Tornador Max, and I've modified it a little bit so that it has a hose instead of a bottle, and I just did that so that I could make the unit more nimble, lighter. I can access tighter areas with it, and it's not so heavy, and it just works out great like this. I seen somebody else do this and I thought, wow, that was such a great idea. I copied it right away, and I highly recommend trying it out if you have this tool or you want this tool. So a little bit of information here, something new that I'm trying out because I'm always learning in this detailing journey that I'm on. I used to use cleaning products in my Tornador Max, and I would have to use a 3M respirator because it would spray, degreaser and aerosolize it all into the air, and you can't breathe that in, it'll choke you out. So I was using a 3M paint respirator just to be able to use the Tornador Max and not get choked out by the chemicals. And that worked out pretty good, but I'll also be straight up with you too. Even though I was using a really high quality paint respirator, it wasn't ideal. I could smell the chemicals still a little bit, and I wasn't happy with that. It pretty much worked amazing. You don't want to be breathing in chemicals all day long, for your long-term health. So what I decided to do from now on is, instead of using chemicals in my Tornador Max, I just have water. Now that may seem a little strange or pointless. What I find is that, water is really good at cleaning things alone. You can clean a lot of stuff with just water. We use chemicals to make the process go faster. I don't really want to stop using the Tornador Max because it has some results that I really like. It really blows out the cracks and crevices really well, and I didn't want to give that up by not wanting to breathe in chemicals anymore or having to wear the 3M respirator while I do these details, because wearing the 3M paint respirator, it is pretty annoying, and also I can't talk to the camera at all. The best part about using a Tornador Max is it uses compressed air and a liquid to clean cracks and crevices, and it does a really good job at that. It's the same thing as the steam cleaner, but the difference is that steam cleaners are too wet, so the Tornador is a lot drier than a steam cleaner, and it's a lot more light and nimble and just quicker to use than the steam cleaner. I stopped using my steam cleaner because the Tornador Max is faster.
Kind of zoned out right now, thinking about life stuff, potentially some big changes to the channel coming up. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, something to think about. Stuff to think about. I'm in the shade now, so it's nice and cool here, which is kind of cool. Oh, good.
But I don't want to give up the Tornador Max because it does such a great job at blasting out the cracks and crevices. It's like the steam cleaner, but it's better than a steam cleaner for me because it's faster than a steam cleaner and it's drier than a steam cleaner. And the steam cleaner that I have shoots dry steam too, and I still find that it's too wet. So with water only in the Tornador Max, I can clean up excess cleaning products so that I don't have any residues left on the dash. I can use the pressurized compressed air and water to blast out the cracks and crevices. Then I can switch off the water flow and just use compressed air to blow out the cracks and crevices again, so that I don't have any type of watermarks or rundown marks after you clean an area. All you detailers know what I'm talking about. You'll clean some panels and then you'll come back, and if you got the panels too wet or you didn't blast them out with compressed air, you'll come back and look at them later, and then there'll be those watermarks running down the plastics, and they look really terrible, and sometimes they're even hard to clean. You'll have to come back and scrub them again. So this is why I like using the Tornador Max with water only. It gives you that really nice final end product look, and you don't have to worry about coming back and double checking your work. You just get it done once, it's good to go.
I guess it would help out if I did the door jam up top. That was kind of brutal. Alright, it's at that point in the detail where it's gone on for quite a while. I don't have much to say anymore. And I'm also trying to concentrate to get done before I start taking too long. I don't want these details to take any longer than 4 hours. And while making a video, trying to do different things, talk and explain things, it's hard to stay under 4 hours. I haven't done it a whole lot. Usually they're too dirty anyway to stay under 4 hours. This one is not bad. A little bit of dog hair. It hides the dirt well, this truck. It is old though, and this truck, it is definitely dirty. Can't really hide the fact that it's old. And has a lot of dirt. Alright, sorry, I got a lot on my mind right now. I'm just trying to concentrate and think about other stuff that's going on in my personal life. But so basically I just try and cut in all these little corners and tight areas with my detail brush as quick as possible. And then the door pockets here, maybe touch this thing a little bit. Try and cut in with my detail brush first, just to have a standard process, and then scrub Ninja really fast. Rolling the windows down is a really good way of keeping the dust, grease off of the windshields. Will this be that much easier to wipe down now? Hey, okay, I'm gonna turn this truck on, blast the heat so that the floor gets a little extra dry. All right, windshield cleaning time. Oh, this is a tiny windshield. This is awesome, lovely to clean. And it's close too, it's not super far away. Okay, I cleaned it once, I cleaned it twice, and now for the third cleaning to make sure that this thing is absolutely streak-free with all the grease that I just put on this windshield. This instrument cluster's super dirty. There's dirt behind the glass there, I can't clean that. Oh, and this area is all dirty too. Thanks Toyota, you made a super hard to clean instrument cluster. I won't have to clean this windshield here 3 times. I can clean it twice. Perfect. And the truck is on, so I can do this half clean. Oh no, I forgot to clean this area. I knew it was too good to be true. Oh no, my folds. Not cool. Oh, it's hot in here too. The heat's on. This mirror's so dirty. There's like dust behind the film or something like that. I can't clean that. This truck's done. I just got to do a basic exterior hand wash on it. I'm going to be doing a pre-soak, a tire cleaning, high alkaline tire cleaning, degreaser, and then a hand wash and a towel dry, and maybe tire shine. But I am running late. I'm right at around the 4-hour mark right now, and I'd like to have this done at 4 hours. It's gonna take me like 4 hours and 20 minutes or something. But I did take a few breaks, and I am making a video. All right, let's get to it.
So here I am cleaning the exterior of the vehicle. I'm doing a basic exterior hand wash. I'm not going too crazy. I'm just doing a really quality job as fast as I possibly can with as little steps as I possibly can. And I'll break down the steps that I use exactly. And here they are. So when I'm doing a basic exterior hand wash, I start with the tires. I will spray a tire cleaning mix, foam on a tire cleaning mix onto the tires. And basically that's either going to be P&S Brake Buster, Super Clean, or 3D Orange Degreaser, or any combination of those mixed together. I'm still kind of working out what I like exactly. On this particular one here, I used just Super Clean, and I had that diluted in my foam cannon at a ratio of 4:1. And I didn't really like it. The cleaning was okay. It didn't foam up very much, and it didn't have very much slip to it. It felt really sticky. So I'm not sure if that was just the tires on this particular truck, or that was just the fact that I was just using strictly Super Clean in the foam cannon. But I don't think I'm going to be using that again, because I don't really like using Super Clean on its own, or at all really, because it's very aggressive and it tends to tarnish painted surfaces. So you have to be really careful when you use Super Clean. You have to dilute it at least 4:1 or even more, so that you don't harm painted surfaces. But then when you do that with the Super Clean, you kind of lose its cleaning power. So I'm not really sure if this is the cleaner for me for tires and rims, but that's what I used on this truck. That's what I have in the tire and rim cleaning foam cannon. And then what I'll do is I'll foam all 4 tires and rims down. I try and do this as quickly as possible, because you have to do this very fast, or you'll end up having your cleaners will dry out on you, and that's what you don't want. So I'm kind of running when I do this, and I'm cleaning as fast as I possibly can. I'll foam all 4 tires down, and then I'll brush all 4 tires with my Chemical Guys green brush. It's a very soft brush, and it's safe for most rims. I'm not going to say all rims, but pretty much all rims it's safe for. It's very soft. I don't know if it's going to be safe on all painted surfaces, but it pretty much is safe on most painted surfaces. You know, I wouldn't use it on a black car, the paint on a black car, but it's going to be good enough for the rims. And the reason why I use that soft brush on tires and rims is because I used to use a hard brush, and it just didn't clean as good. The soft brush actually cleans a lot better. So check that out if you're interested in that, or you're not liking your hard brush for tires and rims. on this basic exterior hand wash, I don't clean inside of the wheelbarrows. I just clean the rim face. So I'll just give the rims and tires a quick brush. And then after I've done that, I'll come back and do a pre-soak with the foam cannon. And I'm going to be using on this one a pH neutral pre-soak. And I'll quickly just pre-soak the entire vehicle. And then once I have the entire vehicle pre-soaked, I'll grab my pressure washer and I'll put on my blue rotary tip. And I'll clean the rims and the tires only, and also inside the wheel wells with the blue rotary tip. It's very aggressive, and I'm just using it on the rims and tires because it's less likely to damage anything. And when I do the rims, I don't go too close. I don't have the tip of the sprayer, the pressure washer, too close to the rims, but I will put that rotary tip very close to the tires to try and get the tires as clean as I possibly can. And that's what I did on this truck, and the tires didn't come out very good at all. They came out still really dirty looking. They had that brown ozonate on there, and the super clean and my agitation and the rotary tip didn't do a very good job taking the brown ozonate out of these tires. So that's why I'm thinking maybe I don't want to use super clean on rims and tires. But this truck, I believe the tires and the rims probably hadn't been cleaned in a very long time, so it was basically going to be about as bad as it was going to be. Then I will use my blue rotary tip on all 4 tires and rims quickly. And then once I've done that, I will switch my pressure washer wand to a 45-degree white tip, and I will just gently rinse the vehicle off of the pre-wash, the pre-soak pH neutral that I did with my foam cannon. And then basically that removes any type of, aggressive dirt that's going to be on the surface of the paint, sand, mud, stuff like that that could possibly scratch or mar the vehicle on the next step. And when I do the pre-soak with the pH neutral soap and my foam cannon, I turn the foam down a little bit. I don't make it so thick like shaving cream. I want it kind of runny so that it pulls dirt down and off. When you use that really thick shaving cream style foam, it doesn't really do a good job at pulling sand down in the pre-soak. It kind of just falls off the vehicle. And if you've detailed a few vehicles, you'll know what I'm talking about. So after I rinse the pre-soak off, then I'll do a basic hand wash with Chemical Guy's Mytee. And I'm just using the 1 bucket. I'm only using the 1 bucket because I've done a pretty good job getting all of the dirt off the vehicle. So there's really nothing on there to scratch or mar the vehicle. There's just traffic film. And that's what I'm getting rid of with my basic hand wash and the traffic film. And for this step, I make sure to work in sections so that I don't let any type of product dry on the painted surfaces and cause any type of issue, because it does take quite a while for me to hand wash all areas of the vehicle. And I'll typically do 3 sections. I can do a whole vehicle in three sections. I'll do the roof, hood, and front windshield, and then in 1 section, and then in the next section I'll do the grille and then the driver's side of the vehicle on the 2nd section. And then on my 3rd section with the hand wash, I'll do the rear of the vehicle and then the passenger side. And then that has got me around the entire vehicle with the basic hand wash. And then after that, it's just to rinse everything down, make sure I've got all the soap off the vehicle. And then after that, I'll towel dry the vehicle with my Woolly Mammoth Chemical Guys drying towel. And I also have a leaf blower that I use, but I don't really use that on vehicles that aren't ceramic coated. Using the leaf blower on vehicles that aren't ceramic coated doesn't work at all. It doesn't help you out. Basically, the water is too stuck to the painted surfaces for the leaf blower to do anything, and leaf blowers only really help you out on vehicles that are ceramic coated. But when a vehicle is ceramic coated, a leaf blower is absolutely insane. It takes everything right off, and it is definitely worth it.
I don't know, it stinks though. I wouldn't breathe it in, it kind of hurt my nose.
Yeah, it came out of the back of the hatch.
Looks like some kind of bomb went off or something.
Yeah, so I think somebody OD'd on us.
OD'd?
Well, because I seen when I got in the car, you took my box.
What is that thing? I thought it was a fire extinguisher. I thought it was a fire extinguisher.
Oh,
But
I don't know, you opened the hatch,
yeah.
and all of a sudden this big puff of fucking shit came out. I don't know what it was.
Choked you out. Hope it's not bad. Yeah, there's some commotion going on here. I think someone overdosed or something like that on the bus. I don't know. Looks like trouble though. Alright, finally that commotion's all gone. Alright, I'm all done. I just got it, that's it on this one. That took so long. It took so much longer because those people were there. Holy. Alright, that's it, all said and done. Still got GoPro footage here. Premium interior detail inside and out. 4.5 hours with the distraction and filming and all that kind of stuff and playing around with different tools and techniques. Alright, I hope you guys like it. That's it for this one. And thank you for watching. See you on the next video.